All right, welcome back. So, a little bit of a crash from last night to this morning. Um, Nothing too crazy, right? We have to look at it as an opportunity. These are weak, and some of them a month and a half, 2 month ago pricing, right? You are not going to go through a bull market. Nothing is straight up. You're going to have crashes. In a bull run, Bitcoin can jump, you know, 10,000 in a day, and it can crash 15,000 in a day. And along with those, you're going to have your altcoins following it. But there's no reason to panic. Should you be selling? Well, if you're in profit and you're scared and you're scared to, take larger losses, do what you need to do. But these are buying opportunities. There's a lot of FUD out there today. There's a couple analysts talking about we're not getting the ETFs approved this month. May happen, right? It's FUD, but it certainly could happen. And we certainly could have somewhat of a sell the news event on the day that we do get approved, whether it's January or March or April. But do you think people are going to Grayscale and BlackRock are going to take it sitting down, and the rest of all the ETF filings we have out there? No, they are not going to just give up and say, okay, we're all right. You said no. We're going to move on. We'll go to something else. Not going to happen. They are accumulating. In 2 days, BlackRock will be accumulating more, and I believe 10 million, 15 million dollars worth. So this is not a time to panic at all. Just calm down and look at the buy points that you wanted to have on some of your alts, and reassess where you want to be, right? I mean, you have XRP below 60 cents. You have, look at Cardano, 55 cents. Are those ones I'm jumping on? I'm set with both of them. Not looking at those, but I certainly was going to buy Avalanche the other day at $39. I'm glad I didn't. Polkadot, I mean, I'm down on many of these, and I'm looking at it as a time to DCA in some of them. Link, if you wanted to get it, Link, and you thought $15, that's not a good buying in point. Look where we're at today. It's down $1, but I'm going to hold off a little bit. I've picked up a few today, but I'm going to see what this evening brings us. Right, we're a 24/7 market, so Cosmos, look at that, Near Protocol, right? I'm in at $1, but we were at 410 yesterday. It's Near is coming back. That's not going to be an issue. It might be a time to DCA in this. I'm not going to, because I'm all set in it, and I don't want to mess with my average cost. It's much lower than this. So Optimism trailing back, and I believe Arbitron, yep, not hurting at all, down 2%. We got above $2 today. That's a pretty good buy. My internet is whacked today. It is completely running out of control. A couple things we have to think about in this is, unfortunately, Jim Cramer. This is a guy who's financially schizophrenic in my mind. I've been seeing him I've been in the markets for a million years, and I've never seen a thing this guy that picked that is correct. I mean, I remember with the housing crash and the banking crash, he was telling people to buy J.P. Morgan and buy everything before the Bear Stearns. That part of the Bear Stearns, at $1. I mean, he's just He was talking great about Bitcoin and crypto yesterday. We do not want that. That is the last thing we want. That's usually a telltale sign of a market dump. And usually it happens way into the bull market when someone like him gets convinced, and it's all over the news, and Kim Kardashian or whoever it may be, and Matt Damon's doing commercials for Crypto.com. That's when you're in trouble, and that's when you start seriously taking profits and reassessing everything. It's when the whole rest of the world is on it. there's something going, something that's gonna hurt you. It's like clockwork. Happens every cycle. Happened in the .com era. I mean, with IPOs, you know, opening up at $80 when they should have been. It was they were supposed to open up around $4 or $5. Then you have William Shatner doing commercials for Priceline.com, and like I said, I had an IPO and I tried to buy it at $30, and the first trade was at that was on the market was at I think it was like $68. Went up, went crazy, and dropped. Right. So I mean, and it was just crazy with the .com bubble then. It was great, but when it hit hard, it hit hard, and I was on the floor when it happened, and the second it happened was when on the Tinker came Netscape suing, and I went over this a couple of videos ago. Netscape suing Microsoft for browser monopolizing. So they had internet browser and Netscape. Most of you probably never heard of that. Was an internet browser competing browser. That tanked the market. That was the end of the .com bubble. That very second, we headed down and nothing looked back. Nothing. So I mean, I really think you should look at the coins you may have feel like you missed, but they are great opportunities right now. Some of them not dropping as much as I would like them to. I'd like to see R back at $1. I kick myself. I kept looking at it at 90 cents and 80 cents and $1, constantly $1. But the circulating supply dump concerns me. Same with that and optimism. But I mean, we only have not even a billion tokens out right now, so that won't happen until March. But you just never know where I always get concerned when newer coins are out and then a big dump comes, whether it's 1 billion, 500 million, or multiple billions. I mean, look at the graph. The graph is all vested out now. And I remember the last bull run I was in at 30 cents, and I think we had 1 billion out, and I knew the max supply was 10 billion, and that concerned me. I got out at about 70 cents, popped up to maybe it was $2 or so, and pulled the trigger early on that, but that's okay. Little profits is better than no profits at all. So I'm going to keep this short, but I really think you should look at the ones. Don't panic in these type of situations. This is not going to be the last one. This is going to be constant. Things can't always be in the green, and you're not, you don't 100% want to buy in the green. People will say never buy in the green. That's BS as well, my book, because if I can't tell you how many projects you look at and they're in the green for weeks and weeks, right? So okay, you don't, something going from $9 to $100, it was green the whole time. You could have bought it at 15, could have bought it at 20, bought it at 30. It gets to $100. That wasn't, you're all in the green. There's no retracement back. That wasn't a good buy. I highly disagree. So you pick your in points and your buy-in points and your sell points and live with them, right? You can always adjust, but on the green days, you might want to take profits. It might be a quick trade, right? There's many times things get listed on Coinbase or other exchanges, and they'll go up 100, 200%. Usually there's a retracement after that. People, early investors will take their profits if they're able to, if it's not locked up for a certain amount of time. Look at ARB right here. They are out of their resistance levels, and I bet you, when things come back, tomorrow, next day. Look, if we get an ETF bad news, this will be nothing compared to the hit that we'll take initially. But that's just initially. It's, everything's a guess, and you just have to see where it leads you. If you stick to your guns, this is a long game. Some of the coins will be short games, but this is a long game. We have a long year and a half. If nothing ruins the bull run like last time, like Elon Musk, Big Mouth, and wars, and inflation, and the COVID variant, that won't do anything now, the COVID variant, I don't believe, unless we had a serious one come, and I don't believe that'll happen. Then we were just in a macro bear market forever, right? But things are looking good. This is just a little retracement. Always going to happen, right? If we start popping up again tonight, tomorrow, we get some good news and we get over that 45 level of Bitcoin again, everything else will follow. You know, but a lot of times people get scared in this. Some of your bigger investors and they're newer to crypto and they're like, "Oh, screw these alts. Look at this. Bitcoin went down a couple $1,000s, you know, to the levels that it was at a few days ago, and look at the alts going down 30%, 20%. I'm done with alts," and they put it back in Bitcoin. So that's an initial thought on many big traders or speculators and holders. Not me. These are great buying opportunities. The more I do look at XRP, the more I'm like, do I want to accumulate a little more? I'm pretty set on it, but I know it will pop within the next 6 months. But they're better buys. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, and what I've been doing all morning since about 4 a.m. is analyzing and reevaluating some of the things that I want to buy. Not sell. Could care less that I didn't take profits yesterday. I don't need to deal with short-term capital gains tax on some of the newer ones I bought. These are opportunities. Look at what you've been wanting to buy and really check them out. You know, that's the way I am going about this. There's, some really good opportunities. Maybe that would not work at all. There we go. So Stacks has been staying pretty strong. Got up to I believe 170 yesterday, but that is going to be a great buy when Bitcoin really takes off. That I'm telling you, everything that needs to be done on Bitcoin is used with Stacks. I was going to buy VeChain yesterday. Been thinking about it forever. Glad I didn't. C is not taking a hit at all. Right, some things will just blow through. There's no such thing as a crash with them right now. When they have the steam, with them and behind them, nothing's keeping them. You can't stop it, right? If anything, they just get more. If people see green and all this red, they just pop into the green. Algorand actually staying pretty strong. What a buy that was at 8 or 9 cents. Quant retracement pretty good there. Aave, finally in that 100 and some range, and looks like it was going to stay there and pop below 100. The tokenomics on this are great. That will be my outs $400 or $500 on that for the bull run. Could be a year from now. Could be 6 months. If it's 6 months, I'm holding to it. Unless it pops right through it real quick, then I will reevaluate. But there's some really good stuff here. Take a look, see what makes sense to you. Feel free to reach out. And told you this would be quick. Just don't panic. This is nothing. This is a buying opportunity. Ones you want to know. Bonk. Holy cow, look at that. Who's in it? 0.00018. I am. It was more of a throw it at the table. When Solana pops, this will come back with it. But, this is not going to make anyone rich. Wow, I got 17 million of them. Be lucky to get what I put in it out of it. So, a lot of good opportunities here. Let's see if this will cooperate. Cooperating too much today. Look at that. The speed is slow. Here are your gainers. Scale. 3 cents up to this. Unreal. So we'll see what the SEC has to say. We'll see what the FUD is out there today, and just stay strong. There's no reason to panic. This is nothing. It's an opportunity. Opportunity. Have your goals and stick to them. I'm going to do a video in a couple days in regards to some. I hinted on this before, but some of the YouTubers, I'm going to rank some of the ones that I have listened to forever. Ones who are newer, who I just got turned on to, who are great, and some of the older ones that I just can't even listen to anymore. Right? I think it's important to find certain ones that you like and see what you can get out of them, because there's a lot of good news out of many of them. But when they're shilling their stuff, when they're constantly every 5 seconds asking you to like their video, subscribe, which I would love if anyone sees this to do that, but they are doing that for a living. They are constantly pushing their sponsors. Maybe they only have one sponsor and they're pushing it every 5 minutes and doing stupid jokes with it and drive you crazy. They are just, you can't trust them, right? Even if they're making a living off of doing this. I mean, every minute asking you to like their video or threaten that they're going to stop streaming or give you info. I mean, they say they're in it only for you. They're not. Don't listen to it. Do your own research, right? People who are not, pushing their stuff, they're in it to help. They're in it to make a living too. I can tell you, I am not, nor will I be. I don't want the pain in the butt of spending 3 hours a day putting videos together and all that. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be like this, and that's it. I just want to share what I know, what I'm seeing, and what I've learned. That's it. Not looking to quit a real job to become a YouTuber. Not gonna happen. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. But when you're asking every 2 minutes, and you all know who they are for a like, and there's multiple of them. They all do it, but I mean, some female, some male. It's like they give good info, but some of them just read you the news and that's it. Heck no, don't do it. There is a guy, Crypto News, that I've been started listening to, just get turned on to him. Yeah, he's really good. Crypto News, just set up like mine and just sits in his room and answers questions the whole time. And he answers it. He's great, and he communicates with you. Sometimes he doesn't get what you're saying because he's just reading the chat so fast, and he doesn't understand your question or your point. That's okay. He's got a lot of people asking. He's awesome. Check him out because he has like 3 careers. He said he is fishing, which I don't like. I'm a vegan. I'm against fishing. He's a photographer and he does YouTube, and he's not constantly, maybe he doesn't have the views and all the subscribers to get sponsors. I'm sure he would, but he's not shilling anything. He doesn't, he's not pushing I Trust Capital. He's not, not even going live ever, just does a video like two brothers, which they do a fine job, but a million subscribers, I don't get, they just do videos behind the scene and they read the news and they do a couple interviews that they just started doing in the bear market. Never did it before that. I seem like fine guys, but I mean, they're always having sponsors and all that. I just don't get that. If you want to trust the people who you're trying to get advice from, and if you can't have trust, don't listen to them. Or listen to them, take it with a grain of salt, and do your own research, like I always say. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my honest opinion. I'm not going to dissect every coin and go over every little thing like they do. I just want to go over more broad things and go on to other topics as well. Okay? Hope you guys have a good day, and we can all be vegan. Take care.